Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I am the host. Today we're going to talk about the topic of buying a condominium. There is a guidelines for condominium, how to buy a unit, and we'll talk about those step by step. This is put together by Ontario Condominium under the Condominium Act of 1998. It's called Ontario Residential Condominium Buyers Guidelines. You can download this from online, search on the Google. So first of all, the purpose is to find out what is the condominium and what steps that you have to take to make sure that you understand all aspects of condominium ownership. It's very important. So let's talk about what is a condominium. When most people hear about the word condo, they may think of a single residential tower or maybe a townhome. But what condo really refers to is a specific kind of real estate ownership. That structure involves shared ownership of common elements. When you buy a condominium, you buy a unit, and also there are common elements in which you share the space with the other members who are unit owners. So what kind of condominiums are available? The standard condominium is the most common type of condo corporation in Ontario. It has individual units and may include common elements, which often include areas such as foyer, exterior walls, and amenities. That's a pool, garden, exercise room. The phase condominium is another type of condominium. A condominium that is intended to be built and registered in phases. New units and common elements are constructed and added to the condominium corporation. Upon completion, a phase condo corporation becomes a standard condo corporation. Third type of condominium is called vacant land condominium. The units may be vacant lots at the time of the purchase, and the layout of the lands maybe resemble a subdivision. Common elements are often things such as roadways, sewer system, and amenities such as parks or recreation facilities. The developer can sell the lot as vacant or build, that is home on the lots, and sell the lots with buildings on them. Fourth type of condominium is common elements condominium. There are no units in this type of condo corporation. Instead, ownership is on a common interest in the common elements of the condo corporation by a separate parcel of land that is tied to the common element corporation. You might have heard about parcel of tied land, POTL. That's part of that. Owners purchase a part of the common elements. Example include shared road, golf courses, or sky hills. Then you have leasehold condominium. Develop on land that is leased for a term of 40 to 99 years. Common expenses include a portion of the rent payable to the landowner. Once the lease expires, the owner rights to occupy the units are automatically terminated. The leasehold condo corporation may be less common in Ontario. It's important to note that the Condo Act has some different requirements for the different types of condominium. So before you buy a condominium, this is very, very important for you, that you must understand how they are involved, what steps you have to take. So remember, in our agreement of purchase sale, we have a condominium special agreement of purchase deal. If you're dealing with a real estate agent or brokerage that has already built a lot of clauses, and Schedule A, we insert special clauses, which also includes the information in a condominium corporation, which pertains the declaration of the corporation, the bylaws, and the rules, see section 3.9. So when we get a status certificate, and this is a standard clause where we ask declaration, bylaws, and rules and financials of the corporation to make sure they have sufficient funds, reserve funds, or there is no litigation, there is no claim against the corporation. It is management, they have managed properly, they have sufficient funds to manage the corporation for risk. So when you are, these are the standard clauses that you put in over and above your financing and also home inspection clauses. Viewers, we're going to be giving you an update about the statistics about the sale in December. So you can see that we have already made the projection that the prices will be going up 5.1 to 5.3, or my colleague said was 5.7% increase in 2021. So when you are buying a pre-construction condominium, as you can know, that you have to read this condo guide. It's very good document put together. It has about how many? About 36 pages. I recommend my viewers to watch this particular page, so you can see that you have a guidance everything. So first of all, that comes to you is signing an agreement. It's called pre-construction agreement of purchase and sale with a builder. This agreement, sometimes referred to as a purchase agreement, contains important information about the rights and obligation as a condo buyer, and the builder's rights and obligation and the unit and the condo construction projects. You may wish to review the document carefully with a legal counsel. It's very, very important that you have to get this, especially when you're buying directly from the builder, and you may be considering to do some assignment as well. That's another topic that we'll talk about it. So this is very important. In the agreement, purchase and sale, which includes quite a few schedules, one of the most important schedule is Tarian's information sheet for buyer of pre-construction condominium about the possible termination of purchase agreement. Now, these are instruction included in a schedule is always appendix to the agreement of purchase and sale, 11 or 12 pages of Tarian addendum. It's called Tarian addendum. Expect to be a joint HCRA addendum if the HCRA is designated in the early 2021. Is a required part of the agreement of purchase and sale for a residential condo and contains important information about both builders and the condo buyer required to agree. Because it talks about the commencement of the construction. Then it also talks about the ability of the builder to delay the completion date, and they can extend certain time. If you look at the schedule, they are able to delay sometime up to 365 days. So you have to look at the schedule. It talks about when the building permit is being obtained, when the commencement of work starts, when the PDI is to be done, when it's completed. And the condominium is very different because sometimes you have to take position before the transfer of ownership. Depending on the condominium terms and conditions, 75, 80% has to be occupied before a corporation is registered, and then you are given the title. So condominium, you may be just having a possession of the property before. So this is very important the Ontario and make sure the unit is registered under Ontario New Home Warranty Plan Act. That's a law. Is the Ontarian portion is called the Ontarian addendum, also contains statement of critical dates and early termination conditions. So if the builder is not able to complete the construction and they terminate up to certain amount, your deposit is guaranteed. Most cases, lots of people give too much deposit. Be careful about a deposit because the deposit has to be certain amount depending on the condominium. Maybe it's 40,000 to 60,000. It also linked to the freehold prices. You have to go check it out. You cannot pay more deposit because the government will only protect you the amount that they specified. So this is why it is important to not to give too much deposit. Most cases, you go to the builder, they ask so much deposit. You want to ask one question: is my deposit in accordance with the law? Is this going to be protected in case something goes wrong? May I get my deposit back? This is very, very important. You have to watch that. We're going to search that for you. And also disclosure statement. The other disclosure statement, that is another very important document to review and understand the disclosure statement, which is builder is required to provide condo buyers who buy directly from the developer or person acting for the developer's benefit. This is required under Section 72 of the Condo Act. Your agreement of purchase and sale is not binding on you as a buyer until you receive disclosure statement and this condo guide from the developer. So now the developer is required to give you the condo guide. This is great. This is good. So disclosure statement includes a lot of information about, including but not limited to, a copy of the existing and proposed declaration. So when they are going to do a corporation is going to run the condominium, they have to provide you proposed, it's not registered, but proposed corporation bylaws that's going to govern the condominium and rules for the condo corporation, how they're going to condominium is to be registered. A summary of the agreements to be entered into by the builder before the turnover meeting, including agreement for condo management services and services like repairs and landscape, and copy of the budget statement. Remember that when you are buying a new condominium, there is no study is done. So they don't have a reserve fund. So the builder is responsible for all the funds until the study is done and a condominium is formed. And they have to do the initial reserve fund study. So this is very, very important that you are doing it. Now, and it's important to carefully review the disclosure statement and consult with a legal professional and ensure that you do not have any outstanding questions before you buy it. So it's not that you get online, get on a queue and get excited and buy the property and overpay the price and don't ignore certain rules. So this is very, very important that you have to watch. That all those things are reviewed before you accept it. Now, there is a cooling period. We're going to talk about deposit now. Generally, under the Condominium Act, funds received by the builder of a condo project must be held in trust. This includes deposit and certain other payments covered by the purchase agreement. Okay. Once an agreement is signed between a consumer and the builder, that agreement will dictate. And they are saying is that you have to watch and read this guideline to make sure you don't pay over money, over too much excitement, and you end up paying too much money because builder wants as much as possible because they need the money for construction. Under this act, this money has to stay in a trust account, normally builder lawyer trust account. If a project is terminated, the builder is generally required under the addendum to refund all money paid plus interest. So if the builder cancel the deal, the project, they have to pay you back all the deposit you made plus interest. And if any, calculated in accordance with the Condo Act, Ontario Regulation 48/01 under the Condo Act. If the money is not refunded, then buyer may be able to make a claim to Tarion under the Ontario New Home Warranty Act. Deposit and other payment may be residential. Condo buyers are protected under the Ontario New Home Warranties Act program up to a maximum of $20,000. This is what they're saying in this guideline. So you have to know that paying too much deposit, your deposit may not be protected. So be careful about it. Now, the most important thing again is the cooling period. The law requires Section 73 of the Condominium provides that a buyer will have a cooling off of 10 days to consider whether you want to proceed. Section 73 allows you to rescind the purchase agreement by notifying the developer of your wish to do so within 10 days, cooling off period. So that means there is a cooling off period. During this COVID period, we realized that lots of builders have, because not to lose a client, they remove certain conditions. So make sure you exercise your right to have a cooling period, because firming of agreement is a violation of Section 73 of the Condominium Act, according to. So this 10-day period begins on the letter of the date on which you receive your agreement of purchase and sale executed by the declarant and the purchaser and your disclosure documents and condominium guide. Within the 10 days cooling off period, you have the right to rescind or cancel the purchase agreement that you have signed for the reason whatever. Generally, you should also be refunded without penalty or charge. All money deposited toward the purchase price along with any applicable interest should be paid back to you. Now, the Condominium Act provides further rescission right where there is a material change in disclosure statement. If there is a material change, an important change that would have caused a reasonable buyer no longer want to proceed with the purchase and had the information been included in the disclosure, then you may be able to rescind or cancel the agreement of purchase and sale an additional 10-day cooling off period. This 10-day cooling off period starts from the letter. For example, if the builder decided to change the design or some concept of the unit that you buy, at that time, your cooling off period, you will get additional 10 days. And you have, the builder has to provide you all the information. So basically, when you are buying a condominium, you have to have a declaration, you have a description, you also have a rules, because at that time, the condominium is not registered. And you have approximate idea. And you give deposit, it goes to trust account, you have a cooling off period, you went through the lawyer, you got everything finalized. Then is occupancy date and delay occupancy date. Occupancy is in most common area when the condominium is built, because it is multiple units are being built in a one building, they have to provide the occupancy, safe occupancy, until those all units are sold and occupied up to 75–80%. The corporation is not registered. Therefore, the owner will take the position of the unit and occupy it and pay rental for that period. And when they're ready to transfer and register a corporation, then they will be able to transfer the ownership of title to you. So you have to remember, lots of times you go to the lawyer, they call you, say, come on, let's do the possession. So possession means not transfer of title, but the possession of the property or occupancy, and the money that you pay probably will equal to the rental or equal to the mortgage amount. And this is how they calculate the value, and you pay until you actually take over. And the tenant warranty begins the day you take possession. So this is very important for you to know that these dates are established in the tenant builder uh, section, Schedule B of the Agreement of Purchase Sale. But they have changed. It can be delayed, or you take a position. The two scenarios. Sometimes the construction, due to coronavirus, shortage of material, labor strike, or some other reason, the construction cannot be completed on time. So builder has the right to extend the completion date. They will notify you. There is a whole notification process in the Schedule B of tenant addendum in the Agreement of Purchase and Sale. So it's very, very important for you to look at that detail. Now, when you take possession, a delay of occupancy, which is they have to notify you. And then obviously issue comes about the condo cancellations. The pre-construction condo project can be sometime be canceled even after you have made a deposit on your purchase. This because there are many stages in building a condo that may remain to be completed after you have made a deposit. The tenant addendum forming part of your purchase agreement must set out conditions that may result in a condo not proceeding and before potential termination of agreement purchase sale. In these cases, it is the vendor who would terminate the agreement. These are the conditions may include, but not limited to, failure to sell enough units. So if builder is not able to sell enough units, they can terminate your agreement. Inability to secure financing for the project. If builder is not able to secure financing, they can terminate. Delays in obtaining a required building planning or permit approvals. That are the reason that they can cancel the project and you get your money. So this is very, very important. If the project is canceled, buyers are entitled to get their deposit back plus any accrued interest, if applicable. Condominium Act also provides for interest to be paid based on an interest rate calculated. For the more information, you can go to Intent Regulator 48/01 under the Condominium Act. It defines you how to go there. So at the end of the program, I'm going to give you a location where you can download this. So again, when you are buying a new one, you have to go through this. If you're buying a resale condo, the same status of the reserve funds and age of the building. It's very important. That steps has to be reviewed by your lawyer. They look at the financial viability of to make sure there is a reserve study is done to make sure they have adequate funding for the condominium. Age of the building has to do with some renovation and maintenance. If you realize that when you buy an older home unit, apartment, and their maintenance fee is high, you know why? Because it is costing them more money to maintain the property. Now, you also, when you're buying, you want to know what are the common elements. What are the common expenses that you have to share when you're buying a condominium? And you get a status certificate, and also sometimes you look at the MLS, it says, so what is included, what is excluded. So this is important for you, and you get that expense report, a condominium status certificate, and a whole package, and you go through this. Then you also have a number of units and common elements. So what is the unit size, layout, boundaries of the unit, and the common element generally will not change. You may wish to consider what is your responsibility to repair and maintain a unit. So remember, there are common element will define what type of maintenance you are required to do and what is the responsibility of the condominium. So this will differ from condominium high-rise building versus apartment building versus townhome, condo townhome, internal and external, what is covered. So this is why it's very important to review all the document the corporation document to determine the financial health capabilities of the corporation, make sure there's no legal issues, and what are the amenities are available with this property. Sometimes people talk about animal pets. Those are some are restricted, some are not restricted. You know why they're restricted? Because certain people may have an allergy, health allergy, and they cannot live in a common building because health issue. So that's why it's very important. If you see a condominium that restricting animal, that means if your client or a consumer is allergic, do not buy that property because the law bylaws will prohibit use of it. Under human rights, you cannot deny people not to have a small dog or small cat. People are doing it. I see so much violation, but this is what the practice is. But you, as a consumer, should not be moving into the property that has this restriction. Litigation. It's important to be aware of litigation against the condominium corporation. Sometimes condominium corporation can be sued for unsafe practices or somebody get injured. So this when you get the status certificate and description, you will understand what is covered and what is not covered. You will get your budget. You have board of directors. They will tell you everything is okay. The unit owner has paid all the expenses, everything. So this requires a legal review. And we already insert a clause, review of status certificate and other documents by this buyer's lawyer. You have to have this clause. So you get your status certificate, you get the review declaration, bylaws and rules. These are very important document about review by the lawyer. Declaration is the foundation document of the condominium corporation and includes, among other things, the portion which each unit owner contribute to common expenses and the repair and maintenance responsibility owner versus the condo corporation. The declaration may also include information about how units and common elements can or cannot be used. Existing of proposed declaration will be included in the disclosure statement you receive from the developer when you purchasing a pre-construction or new condo unit. This is important. The bylaws may lay out how the condominium corporation govern itself and how the condo corporation operate. That means some of the requirement of elected directors. Most of the condominium, originally the builder formed the corporation, then the owner of the units, they participate in an annual AGM, annual general meeting, and they appoint board of directors who are governing this condominium, and they hire property manager who is managing the property. So every year, the board of directors are reappointed in the AGM. And you as a unit owner can also participate. Viewers, you are watching about Realty Coffee Talk and Awaz Entertainment about how to buy a condominium, a pre-construction or resale condominium unit in the province of Ontario. So there is Ontario Residential Condominium Buyers Guideline. It was updated November 6, 2020. We're going to take a short break, and then we will join you shortly after the break. You're watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. We're taking a break for now.
With a portfolio of success with Empire Business Center, a marvel unparalleled. Indus Empire Mall and Residency, showcasing your elite stature with grandeur. Step in your private kingdom, stylish drawing rooms. Live in the lounge of nobility, luxurious bedrooms, covered car parking, modern gym. Only 1 minute drive from the main gate. Indus Empire.
Foods, now open in Barhaven area, Ottawa. Pick up or dine in. Also available on Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes, and DoorDash.
2020 का लाजवाब ऑफर, जहां हम 0% फाइनेंसिंग पर आपकी मनपसंद कार दे रहे हैं, फ्री विंटर टायर्स, और साथ ही हम मुफ्त ऑयल चेंज भी दे रहे हैं, वो भी उम्र भर के लिए। अभी आएं और इस लाजवाब ऑफर का लुत्फ लें। जल्दी करें, आपका खुशामदीद हमारे आउटलेट में, जो कि 60 क्वींस प्लेट ड्राइव एट इंटरसेक्शन क्लोज टू हाईवे 27 एंड रेक्सडेल अपोजिट टू वुडबाइन रेस ट्रैक। जल्द से जल्द इस ऑफर का लुत्फ लें। आज ही कॉल करें सुनील अग्रवाल को 647-703-0218। डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं, जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। एट डिक्सी वी सेल क्वालिटी एंड डिलीवर कॉन्फिडेंस।
4 बजे देखिए आपका किचन विद शहबाज गोरी। सुबह 5 बजे देखिए सितारे और हम। 5:30 बजे देखिए मैसेज ऑफ मर्सी। शाम 6 बजे देखिए दीन और दुनिया। इस्लाम इन मॉडर्न टाइम मजहर अयूब के साथ देखिए हर मंगल शाम 6 बजे और हर जुमा शाम 5 बजे। थिंक अबाउट इट सलमान कुरैशी के साथ हर मंगल शाम 7 बजे। रियल्टी कॉफी टॉक ताहिर कुरैशी के साथ देखिए हर जुमेरात 7 बजे। टुनाइट टॉक रिजवान असलम के साथ हर जुमे को 7 बजे। देखिए तकरार कीजिए तकरार समीना जबीन के साथ रोज रात 9 बजे। आप देख रहे हैं आवाज एंटरटेनमेंट, आवाज आपकी, चैनल हमारा, जुड़िए हमसे।
डिक्सी और एग्लिंटन के इंटरसेक्शन पे तशरीफ लाइए ज़ौक़ रेस्टोरेंट। जायकेदार लजीज खानों का मरकज, पाकिस्तानी, इंडियन और हक्का चाइनीज। आप हमसे लाइव बारबेक्यू और कैटरिंग के लिए राब्ता कर सकते हैं। राब्ते के लिए हमारा नंबर 9056257786।
ज़ौक़ रेस्टोरेंट, ज़ौक़ वालों के लिए।
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
The portfolio of success with Empire Business Center, a marvel unparalleled. Indus Empire Mall and Residency, showcasing your elite stature with grandeur. Step in your private kingdom, stylish drawing rooms. Live in the lounge of nobility, luxurious bedrooms, covered car parking, modern gym. Only 1-minute drive from the main gate. Indus Empire.
open in Barhaven area, Ottawa. Pick up or dine in. Also available on Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes, and DoorDash.
दो 2020 का लाजवाब ऑफर, जहां हम 0% फाइनेंसिंग पर आपकी मनपसंद कार दे रहे हैं, फ्री विंटर टायर्स, और साथ ही हम मुफ्त ऑयल चेंज भी दे रहे हैं, वो भी उम्र भर के लिए। अभी आएं और इस लाजवाब ऑफर का लुत्फ लें। जल्दी करें, आपका खुशामदीद हमारे आउटलेट में, जो कि 60 क्वींस प्लेट ड्राइव एट इंटरसेक्शन क्लोज टू हाईवे 27 एंड रेक्सडेल अपोजिट टू वुडबाइन रेस ट्रैक। जल्द से जल्द इस ऑफर का लुत्फ लें। आज ही कॉल करें सुनील अग्रवाल को 647-703-0218।
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the globe. We were talking about buying a pre-construction condominium unit. You have some understanding. Make sure when you are buying a condominium unit, you go through the details. There are lots of issues in terms of the pricing when they are asking certain deposits are restricted. There is a trust deposit. You have to make sure you don't exceed the deposit because you're not protected in case the project is canceled. The builder also have a flexibility in terms of the tahir addendum that is Schedule B, normally attached to the agreement of purchase and sale with the builder. It gives you the flexibility because if you need to occupy the property for yourself, is going to have consequences for you if it's delayed. So they have certain rights and they have to follow the dates that when the project is delayed, occupancy is delayed, you have to thoroughly review that. You have a cooling period of 10 days to make sure that you have taken the time to discuss the details with your financials, your lender, your lawyer, to get his opinion. There are clauses that you must get it reviewed by your lawyer and you get your financing done. And when you have occupancy, make sure that you use a home inspector to do the condominium occupancy inspection, because sometimes there are deficiencies that you don't know. With a small money, you can protect that. So make sure that you are doing it. So now we're going to give you, I hope that if you have any questions, you want to talk to me. My name is Tahir. I'm a fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada and president of and broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. My office number is 905-785-9923. My direct number is 416-451-3489. Now we're going to give you quickly update about the sold data for GTA and surrounding area, 416 and 95 area. So let's look at the sale. The sale activity of December 2019 was 4,364, and December 2020 7,180 transactions. So 64.5% more sale in December 2020 versus 2019. And new listing, we had 3,530 new listing in December 2019 and 5,865 in 2020, 66.1% increase. Active listing, there was only 6.6% increase from 7,406 to 7,892, 6.6% more newer listing, active listing came. Average price, when we talk about average price, is a generic term that we use. This report is from Market Watch of Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. We call TRAP. Average price is $838,662 in 2019, and 2020 it was $932,222, 11.2% increase from last December to 2019 December to December 2020. And the time, party stays number of days and the market has reduced from 41 days to 35 days active listing. So it's really shrinking the time, is selling faster. So we can look at the average price for a detached home in 416 area. It was 1.475, 1,475,758, and 905 was 1,175,553. Semi-detached in average price in 416 is 1,160,108, and 905 is 825,437. And townhome average price is 842,902 in 416 and 746,130 in 905 area. Condo apartment 625,828. Average price in 905 area is 540,472. So you can see that. Now let's look at year-over-year percent change. Detached home average price changed 17.7% from last December 2019 to 2020 December. 17.7% price change, average price change. Semi-detached, 16.6% change. From that means an average 16.6% change for 416 and 905 area. And townhome, 14.1% change increase for last December 2019 to December 2020. Condominium is the only one between 905 and 406 was a minus 2%. So viewers, you have an idea about the market sale. If you want to learn more detail about sales prediction, we had predicted in our last couple of episodes before that we're expecting 5.1 to 5.3% increase in 2021. My fellow mentioned that it could be 5.6, 5.6 or 5.7% increase this 2021. So I hope viewers, you have some idea when you're buying a condominium. Make sure that you are planning and reviewing all those documents. Downloading this guide is available, and it's named as a document. And now builder is required to give you a copy of this, so you have understanding. Now I'm looking at this historic annual. So in December 2019, there were 4,364 sold, and average price is 838,662. And in December, it went 7,180, 932,222. So in 2019, 87,751 deal was transaction took place, and in 2020, 95,151. So December was slightly lower than the November, and October was a little bit better than November, and September and July was the hottest month in real estate. So viewers, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have some idea. If you have any question, feel free to call me directly. My number is 905-785-9923. I'm a real estate broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Now, viewers, if you have any comment, suggestion, please provide your feedback. Realty Awaz Entertainment is watched on IPTV 580 in Canada, around the globe. Please subscribe. If you want to advertise in our Realty Coffee Talk TV show, please contact 647-484-0018 and ask for special discount price, so you can your advertisement can be reached to people. If you are a renovator, builder, plumber, electrician, home inspector, you involved with the related to house, plumber, you will benefit from this. So if at the end of the program, I wish and I thank all our health workers, doctors, nurses. They're putting their life online to defend and to protect and serve fellow citizens. We also appreciate the service of armed forces and also police officers and securities. They're risking themselves to make sure that you are protected and safe. We wish everybody safe. Please maintain social distancing. Also, make sure you use mask. Make sure that you are using sanitizer when you're visiting, washing your hands, changing your clothes when you go outside and meet people. Try to avoid crowding. There's a lockdown in the province of Ontario, so we are responsible to make sure that we don't spread the virus. Thank you very much for watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. So we shall see you. Happy New Year to all of you if you missed our last program. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you. Bye for now.